Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Sean K Beauty, and welcome to Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. Let's get into this video. We are talking about the Sephora sale, the most anticipated sales event of the season. And most of us want to take advantage of getting our hair products, our perfumes, our makeup, everything from this sale because it's such a huge discount. If you're not a Sephora member, I definitely highly suggest being that. We all started off as an insider and worked our way up. The great thing though, even as an insider, you do get discounts, and if you get the Sephora card, they actually give you kickbacks. So you can get 4 times the points. You can also get money back where you can put it towards your next purchase. And that happens to me quite a bit with Sephora because I tend to take advantage of the sale, buy a lot of things, whether I'm gifting people or I'm stocking up because I travel a lot. I don't have time throughout the year most of the time to go into my Sephoras. So if I can just shop my stash, it's a quick, easy get up and go. In my glass, I'm actually doing a little bit of Pellegrino, and I'm a sparkling girl. So I wanted to let you all know this is, if you like sparkling water, Pellegrino. This is the pink grapefruit and citrus blend. I'm not sponsored, but I love mocktails. I'm into that mocktail trend that's on TikTok. I'm into the sparkling water. But definitely get your beverage of choice. Let's get into this video. Beauty is supposed to be fun. Let's get started with the first category. Here is Sean K Beauty's recommendations and top picks for setting powders. Let's get into it. The first one is Huda's Kanafa powder. This is a beautiful yellow color if you love that brighten under eye, and you used to love the Benai powder, which you can still get, by the way. Benai is one you can still get, but of course this is the Sephora sale. But this powder is not uncomfortable, it's not super drying, and I really love that it gives me this beautiful yellow hue. I do love to have a brightened look around my mouth and under my eye area, as you can see right now. And this is almost done, but I do have a big one in my beauty room. So when this is out, I can just go and shop my stash, and that's what I mean. I just double up on things, but I highly recommend this powder, especially if you're a darker skin type and you love that yellow hue. This is gonna be your jam. The next powder that I recommend is the Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier just happens to be one of my favorite powders of all time. This is an OG, and Laura Mercier has been around. You know, my OGs like Hourglass, Makeup Forever, Kevin Aquan. Like, these products are still really relevant today. I know that we have so many more beauty brands that's out there that we want to explore as well. But if you're looking for something that's tried and true, the Laura Mercier Honey powder, well, I wear honey. Definitely their translucent powder in your shade is going to be your jam. This is more hydrating. It's not going to leave the under eye, you know, really dry, but it's going to give you the finish that you're looking for. So highly recommend this as well. All right, another powder of choice is my Fenty Beauty setting powder. Now, there's a learning curve with this. I wear the shade Banana. There's also honey in this as well. Now, when this is done, I'm not gonna repurchase. Why? Because this is super duper drying. But for my oily skin types, this is gonna be one that you really love because there's a learning curve with this for anybody else who is not oily, because it is super duper drying. So you can be confident with this product. A little bit goes a long way, but because I have the ones that I really love, and it doesn't really give me that yellow hue that I'm looking for, but it still is a great setting powder for those of us who are of an oily skin type. I really suggest this powder. Another really great powder that I suggest is the Givenchy Prism powder. This is one for blurring, illuminating, and it is just, I think I love this because I am blending 4 different colors together and putting it on and just really achieving the look that I want. I think that gives me the freedom of that. And this powder is not, this is the most drying setting powder that I have in my collection. The Givenchy is pretty much like my Laura Mercier. They are my top 3. And in this video, I'm not gonna give you like 10 and 15, a million products under a category because I don't wanna overwhelm you, and I wanna give you my favorites. And I think when we do these videos and we do oh, these are 10 setting powders, these are 10 face powders, these are 10, it makes it very hard for you to still figure out, well, which one should I choose? So 4 is a sweet spot, 5 I say tops. You know, if it's really something like lipsticks can be a little bit more because they have different shades, but I definitely say I don't want to overwhelm anybody with a lot of product. All right, here's a beauty tip when you're using your concealer. Allow your concealer to dry a little before you blend it out so you can have a more concentrated, smooth hue underneath the eye area. When you put something on that's wet underneath the eye, what happens, and when you go in with your beauty blender right away, it's gonna take off some of that product, so you won't get that smooth finish that you're looking for. It's gonna somewhat look patchy, or you're gonna have to reapply more product. So just a tidbit there. Also, after you blend it out, let that set for a little bit before you go into your setting powder to avoid the premature creasing that happens underneath the eye area. The thing we don't want to do is to consistently go underneath the eyes with more powder, because more powder is not what the under eye really wants. Remember, I always say this even in my older videos, it's not what we do then that determines the wrinkles and all this stuff that happens with the skin. It's what we do right now. So the under eye area does not have a lot of oil glands, and it does not have a lot of collagen. Therefore, what you want to do is be smart about how you're putting on your makeup, so that when you take your makeup off, you're not like, oh my gosh, I hate how I look, because now I've got all these lines and premature wrinkles underneath my eye area because I've exacerbated the acidic mantle with drying products. So that's my tidbit there. So no baking. I know a lot of you want to bake. That's not, there's 2 things that I stand by 100% on this channel. It is no retinol, no baking. Contrary to popular belief. Okay, let's get into foundations that have made Sean K Beauty's list. I have 5 foundations in front of me. 1 is the Moisture Foundation from Kogendo. Absolutely love this. If you want to look flawless and have a radiant look to the skin throughout the day, and you want to do a little bit of, vlogging or whatever, this is a really great one. I highly recommend this because Kogendo curates their makeup products for camera ready situations. So especially with us being content creators, this is a really great one. And I love the finish on this when I want a more radiant look to my skin. The other recommendation is the Kogendo Aqua Foundation. Everybody knows about this. Everybody loves this. This is super duper lightweight. It's medium coverage. I wouldn't call this a full coverage foundation, but I do have a full coverage in front of me if you need a full coverage. I'm trying to look at what my shade is, 302. So I'm 302 in both of these, and oh my gosh, I wore this to New York Fashion Week so many times. And I also wore this like in the evenings when I went out in New York Fashion Week. And again, these are camera ready products. What's great about knowing about brands too is understanding what foundation to grab in whatever situation. So I know if I want camera ready and I want to look radiant and like really yummy skin, I know to grab these 2. Also, my sister loves the Danessa Myrix. I think it's Yummy Skin or something like that. I will leave that down below, but that's not made it on this list because I've not tried that one. The next recommendation is going to be Valentino. This is 111A, and you all, I adore this foundation so much that this is my second one. And I love the packaging of it. I love the finish of this. This is also one that's semi-matte. It's not really like full coverage, really mattified look that you're gonna get with this, but it's gonna give you a flawless finish. What am I wearing today? I think today I'm wearing Gucci's full coverage foundation. The shade in this one, it's 430N. This is a really great foundation. The only thing I can say with this is that if you're taking this off, do not use micellar water. Do not use a spring water like facial cloth. You're gonna be working at your face for a very long time. If you really want this to just come off, just use something very oil rich because this is very silicone rich. So That's just the only learning curve with this. But if you want a foundation to not move around and stay in place the whole entire day for long periods of time, I definitely say go after this one. The other foundation that I recommend is from Merit Cosmetics. If you're a minimalist and you don't need a lot of foundation, you just need to spot treat, or you just don't have time to do a lot of makeup, I definitely say go after Merit Cosmetics. This is the foundation stick. I absolutely love this. Now for me, this one is a foundation stick, but I'm using it more as a contour, or sometimes when I want a really nice rich brown color on my eyelids, I would use this if I can't find a brown. This one is cacao. The color that I use in the foundation, like if I want to use it all over my face, is chestnut. Really love this. It's smooth, it blends out easily, and it's good for those moments when you're on the go. If you have an early morning flight, you can go after this, drop this in your bag because it's small enough. Go in your bag, get your beauty blender out, blend, 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 put on a little bit of powder, and you're good to go. That's what I love about that one. All right, concealers, that has made Sean K Beauty's recommendation list. Let's get into it. The first one is my Huda Beauty. I really love this. I am going to purchase another one that's more yellow. This one is praline and I love it. This is going to be one that blends out beautifully. It gives you a nice hue. You don't have to worry about this moving around all day. And what I really love about the formula of this, it does not feel like you're wearing a lot of makeup underneath the eye area. This is going to give you that coverage that you're looking for, and it's going to be absolutely flawless. So when I get the brighter yellow, we can test it out together, because I do love, again, bringing focus to the middle part of my face. So I try to get as yellow of product as possible. So really, really love this. You can't go wrong with this concealer. The next concealer that I recommend is the DA2 from Valentino. I wear this with the Valentino foundation. Of course, you don't have to, but super duper lightweight, not as full coverage as the Huda Beauty, but it's still a very beautiful finish. Now, I don't wear a ton of makeup on my face. I do love a glam look. You can achieve a super duper glam look without doing too much makeup. Doesn't mean you have to put on a million pumps of foundation and concealer. It's about the application, and it's about, you know, how glam are you going with the application of the product. So for example, if I want soft glam, I'm using 2 eyeshadows. If I want a really bold glam look, I'm going in with glitter. I'm going in with a really charcoal look under the eyes. I'm smoking it out. It's all about the technique. It's not about how much makeup you're putting on, right? If you look at Makeup by Spencer, he doesn't use a lot of makeup as far as caking it on like, you know, Meredith does. And that's her thing. But you don't have to do all of that to get a bold glam look. I'm just saying. So the next concealer, let's move on. This is from NARS, Walnut. I really love NARS's products. This is a travel size. I wanted to test this one out just to see how I like it, and I love it. But it's so much product still left in here that I haven't gone after the big one yet. So sometimes our travel products does have a lot in it that you don't necessarily have to go into the full size. And especially if you're a content creator in the beauty space and you're starting off and you're purchasing product, I definitely say go after the travel size and do your content. You don't necessarily have to go and buy the big products and showcase on your channel to do beauty reviews, unless you have that kind of money like that. But when you're starting off, travel size has a good amount of product in it. It's just FYI there. The other one that I recommend is from Estee Lauder. This is the Double Wear Concealer. My shade is number 5W. Really, really love this. I also wear number 4 as well. And I know they have the skin sealer, so Stephanie will be doing a review on that. But I highly recommend the Estee Lauder concealer. And last but not least is my Fenty Beauty. And we don't talk about this concealer anymore, but y'all see, it's pretty much done for me. This one is Honey Mustard. Again, I love a yellow under eye, and that's why I really love this. It gives me the finish. It is flawless. I let it dry down. I blend it out. It doesn't move around. It does exactly what I want it to do, and it stays on all day, and it gives me that beautiful yellow hue that I'm looking for. And a lot of the times I will use this also to carve out my brows, because it's not often that I do a brow highlight with an eyeshadow. I just use like a yellow concealer like this to get that look that I want. Let's go into the Sean K Beauty list of blush recommendations. Now, for me personally, I'm a Pat McGrath lover when it comes to a lot of Pat McGrath products. And I remember showing this blush right here. They don't do it anymore, but any blushes from Pat McGrath is going to be the GOAT, because she just knows how to give us really great formulations, whether it's eyeshadow, blushes, etc. So highly recommend this blush right here. The other blush that I recommend is from Valentino. This is I think this is 5A. Oh, it's just number 5. It's just number 5. And when I saw this, it was on Jackie Aina, and I had to ask her, like, what is this blush color that you, and she's like, girl, it is 5 and you're gonna love it. And I do love this. It's so good. It's a substantial amount of product in here. It does come with a little brush that I have not used. Sometimes I just wanna grab my big ones. Here are some lipsticks that has made Sean K Beauty's top list for lipsticks at Sephora. Let's get into it. The first one is 217A from Valentino. I have a travel size. I love this. It gives you a substantial amount of product. It is a beautiful orange red. So if you're looking for an orange red, yes ma'am. 217A is the jam. And 22A, which is one that I wear a ton. They actually would engrave your name on the back. This one came with the clutch with the 5 different colors. It reminds me of the classic 999 from Dior. This is just a beautiful red, and it is powerful, it is gorgeous, and you cannot go wrong with this color here. The other lipstick is from Tom Ford. This shade, you can't go wrong with any of Tom Ford's. I'm trying to see what the name is. You all, I will leave it right here because I can't see it. Just a beautiful color, just want to show it. If you want a nude color, then I would go after this. Anything from Givenchy, which is my next recommendation, is going to be beautiful. Whether you go after the Interdit or the Rose Boisé, which is the one that I'm using here. I love the velvet finish of this. This one is pretty much, yeah, I've used this a lot. I need to start cleaning my lipsticks because I've been traveling, and yeah, I just need to wipe around the corners, etc., etc. But this is a really great lipstick as well. And then the other recommendation is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the classic. It is the OG, but I love it. It is Pillow Talk. And this also is a beautiful nude shade, but it's more like a brownish color compared to the Givenchy Rose Boisé. This is more like a pinky hue. Love this. And then last but certainly not least, the Jane Scarlett from Gucci, and it is fantastic. It's broken, but it's so good. It is so good. So I highly recommend this lipstick if you're looking for really great reds. I've just given you 3 amazing red lipsticks with different hues to them. A true red is coming with this Valentino 22A. An orange hue underneath is coming with the 217A. And then with Jane Scarlett, this again is another true red shade. So, and it's a bright red, so it's not a dark. I don't too much gravitate to the darker reds, but these are my recommendations for lipsticks. Let me know if you get any of them. Let me know how you like them. You all know I'm nosy like that. Okay, so for highlighters, I love my Estee Lauder Heat Wave. I don't know if they have that at Sephora, and I'm sorry I didn't research to see, but that would be a recommendation. But also the Tom Ford. This is their Tan Light. This is the Shade and Illuminator Highlighting Duo. I just love it. I just love it. It gives me 2 highlighting shades in one, a more rose gold and a more gold. And I really love this on my eyes, inner corner, doing my cheekbones. It is just a beautiful, flawless finish. And might I say, the packaging of Tom Ford is absolutely top notch. Like, it is a quality experience that you're having when you're putting on your makeup from Tom Ford. Before I forget, I do want to show you all this though. This is a Solo Shadow from Merit Cosmetics. I've done a TikTok of this and also on my Instagram. I hope they don't discontinue this product here because it is good for a smoky eye. It is great as an eyeliner. It's great as a shadow. It's so, so good. So if you're looking for a solo, like purpley black kind of shade, this is it. And this was sent out to me. This was gifted. So really grateful for that. So I really, really love the fact that I get to work with these brands and really bring my intelligence to you all, my experience with it, the learning curves that I've learned with these products, so that you can make your best informed decision when you go into Sephora and into the Sephora sale. Hopefully this provided you enough insight. The next video will be in doing skincare, because honestly, you all, this video has taken longer than I expected. When it comes to perfumes, I only recommended two. And one is the Tom Ford Electric Cherry. The other one is the Tom Ford, and this came in a gift set. This is the Soleil Blanc. It also had a lipstick to it, but they sell the perfumes at Sephora. But the packaging for Tom Ford's fragrances is absolutely glorious. So these are the two that I'm recommending. You know, check out my perfume video that, like the Hermes Twilly is at Sephora, that I recommended. Replica also has some really great fragrances as well if you don't want to do Tom Ford. So On a Date is a really great one. I think one is called By the Fireplace. That is a really great one as well. So I'll leave those down below, but these are all my recommendations that have made Sean K Beauty's beauty list for the Sephora sale. And like I said, in the next video, we'll talk about skincare and taking a deep dive into ingredients, because I think that needs a dedicated video, just because ingredients can get a little bit tricky and it could be long and exacerbated, and I feel like this video is already long. Anyway, be kind to yourself and to one another. I love you all so much. I'll see you in my next one. Ciao for now.